What's going on, guys? Fun with Knives back again. I got another guest knife review for you today. This is the Kershaw Lifter. This knife actually belongs to my dad. Yes, I did get my family into knives a little bit more than they were, and I think he's a Kershaw fan just like me. But this is one of their more budget offerings. They came out with these in 2015, I believe. Stainless steel handled, speed safe equipped, black washed knives. I'll go over some of the other models as we get through this review here, but here come the specs. A 3.375 inch blade with a 3-inch cutting edge. Your handle length is right at 4.5 inches, and your overall length is 7.875. So a pretty decent sized knife. Your blade thickness here is going to be 0.11 inches, and your handle thickness is fairly slim at 0.41. So pretty slim in this direction, but your weight is going to be 5.55 ounces. And that is because this is an all stainless steel construction, stainless steel frame lock. So there's literally a lot of steel here, and with steel comes weight. So the blade on the lifter is a Tonto with a recurve. Definitely meant to look cool more than anything. I mean, not the most functional blade shape in the world unless you're going to be doing a whole lot of piercing in your daily tasks and maybe some fibrous cutting where you're going to have to keep the material on the edge in this recurve here. Attractive, not the most utilitarian thing in the world. Model number here, these are Chinese produced knives. Hollow grind on this Tonto, a nice swedge taken out on top. Overall, guys, really cool looking blade. Black washed all over the handle and the blade, and then Kershaw Speed Safe written on the flat there. This hole is not for deployment or anything whatsoever. This is just an aesthetic thing that they chose to do. This knife is supremely sharp, though. I was really surprised. It's been used by my dad and me. I've carried it a couple times, but this blade seal is 3CR13. It's a member of the 8CR13 MOV kind of family, but a lesser quality. And for the price you pay this knife, I'm not going to complain too much, but this steel will not hold an edge supremely well, but it is really sharp. So your deployment here is going to be by the flipper tab or the ambidextrous thumb studs here, speed safe equipped, and man, does that rocket out of there. You can just see how fast it comes out. And then it does have these thumb studs that don't work quite as well as the flipper, but they rarely do. Your handle material here is going to be steel, just like I said, black washed. Got some interesting little milling in it. Doesn't really do a whole lot for traction, but gives it kind of a mechanical look to it. Satin hardware on this one, where you have the thumb studs and the pivot and the screws for the pocket clip in that different finish there. Frame lock on this one, it's pretty good, and surprisingly a very good lockup. You know, on a lot of budget blades, you'll get kind of questionable lockups, and this is not one of those. Really easy to access, get in there. But you can see the fit and finish on these things aren't superb. I mean, your blade centering is going to be off almost all the time. I've tweaked this knife quite a bit, and I didn't do anything before this review, so you can hear it kind of scraping. But if you guys do get one of these more budget series Kershaws, make sure to tighten down your pivot to where you like. Make sure this isn't scraping, and then Loctite it, because that will move around quite frequently on you. You are on Teflon washers here, and kind of have a lanyard slot on the back. Fairly simple construction. I'm not sure why there is a stainless steel scale on top of a stainless steel liner. You think that would just be one piece, but they chose to do that. Black wash looks pretty cool on it, and then this does feature an over travel stop, so you can't extend that lock bar out and make it unusable. Your pocket clip is deep carry, but it is only one position, and it is tipped down. It's a really cool pocket clip, actually one of my favorites. It's really similar to the one on the Cryo. You can see they're of the same design. Black wash on that as well. Carries really well for a tip down, I guess. That's probably the biggest hit on this knife, other than the blade centering, is that only tip down clip. You do have some jimping up on the top. It's kind of in a weird spot. I wish it was on the blade as well, but it gives you decent traction. And the ergonomics on this thing are just simple. There's a finger control here, your pinky kind of rests here. Everything falls in place, so there's no hot spots unless you need to choke up on the knife a little bit and you'll hit that pocket clip. This right here can be used as a finger choil. It doesn't feel very unsafe to use it, so I guess if you do need to choke up on the knife a little bit, you have that option. So guys, the other offerings from Kershaw, as far as this is open construction. Sorry guys, I'm forgetting stuff. This budget black wash series are going to be the filter, the starter, and the manifold. And honestly, I think these knives they're a pretty good deal. They're not the most insane values in the world. They're going to be selling for around 20 bucks or less. You know, you can see them on Amazon for 17 or 15. But I think you get some cool Kershaw qualities for your money. You know, the Kershaw deep carry clip, the lock bar stabilizer kind of thing. Some of their black wash feature, you know, they give you some cool things from Kershaw, and it's a gateway drug. If you're not sure how you feel on Kershaws in general, or you just need a beater knife that can take some abuse, which this one will, I think they're a decent buy. But I would go with the manifold or the filter over this lifter or the starter. I think the ones I mentioned first, those are going to be more basic EDC options with a drop point or a clip point, something with a little bit more usable edge. So guys, thanks for tuning in to my little guest knife review, and make sure to have fun with your knives.